The Ed Sullivan Theater, home of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, buzzed with electric anticipation as the house band launched into its jazzy intro, the audience roaring for Denzel Washington, the Hollywood titan whose commanding performances in Training Day and Malcolm X had made him a legend. At 70, Washington strode onto the set with his signature gravitas and warm smile, there to promote his latest film, a powerful drama about a black civil rights attorney fighting systemic injustice. Stephen Colbert, with his sharp wit and playful charm, welcomed him with a standing ovation, joking about Washington's timeless charisma. "Denzel, you're 70 and still stealing scene as do you ever age?" The crowd laughed, and Washington chuckled, settling into the guest chair with a nod. The interview began smoothly, with Washington sharing poignant stories about the film's inspiration and his commitment to authentic storytelling. But the mood shifted when Colbert pivoted to a spicier topic, referencing a viral X post where Washington had criticized Hollywood for sanitizing black stories to appease mainstream audiences. "Denzel, you've called out the industry for softening narratives," Colbert said, his tone teasing but pointed. "Are you saying Hollywood's scared to tell the real story? Or is this just you being picky?" Washington's smile faded, his eyes narrowing as he leaned forward. "Picky? Stephen, I'm saying we need truth, not watered-down versions of our pain for Oscars," he replied, his voice steady but laced with fire. The audience murmured, sensing the tension. Colbert, known for pushing boundaries, pressed further, citing critics who argue Washington's critique dismisses progress in diverse casting. "Some say you're ignoring the strides made," Colbert said, his smile tightening. Washington's jaw clenched. "Strides? Casting a few black leads isn't progress if the stories are stripped of soul." "I'm not here to pat Hollywood on the back," he shot back, his voice rising with conviction. The crowd gasped, some clapping, others stunned, as the exchange grew heated. Colbert tried to diffuse with a joke about Washington's equalizer toughness, but it fell flat. "You invited me here to talk about my work, not to spin my words for laughs," Washington said, his tone slicing through the studio's polished veneer. The studio fell silent, producers signaling frantically off-camera. Then came the moment that would ignite the internet. Colbert, sensing a viral moment, suggested Washington's intensity might alienate audiences who value inclusivity. "Intensity?" Washington fired back, unclipping his microphone. "I'm intense about truth, Stephen, and I'm done with your spin. You want a show? Find another guest." He stood, his parting words booming, "I'm out to keep your sound bites." As he strode off the set, the audience erupted, half cheering, half shocked as Colbert stammered, "Well, Denzel's got a film to make," before cutting to commercial. Within minutes, clips flooded X, with hashtags like #DenzelStrikes and #ColbertClash trending globally. Posts amplified the drama, with users calling it Denzel's epic takedown, though some, like a Burlington Gazette note on similar stories, warned such moments can be hyped for clicks. News outlets ran wild, with headlines like "Denzel Washington strikes at Colbert," fueling rumors of a ban. Despite no official confirmation, the clash wasn't just a TV momento, it was a cultural firestorm, exposing the rift between a star's authenticity and the media's thirst for controversy. The fallout from Denzel Washington's dramatic walk-off from The Late Show with Stephen Colbert was a media maelstrom that swept across platforms by morning. X was a war zone, with users posting shaky clips of Washington's exit, captioned with phrases like "Denzel just shut down Colbert's nonsense," and "Washington's had enough." Hashtags like #DenzelStrikes and #ColbertClash trended alongside #StephenFumbles, reflecting a polarized public. Fans praised Washington for standing up to what they saw as a media ambush, while critics called him oversensitive, tweeting, "Denzel can't handle a real question, legend meltdown." TikTok videos, like one syncing his mic drop to a dramatic beat, racked up millions of views, fueling the narrative of a star fed up with scrutiny. News outlets like TMZ and The Hollywood Reporter ran breathless recaps, some exaggerating the incident as a ban from CBS, though no credible evidence supported this, echoing skepticism about clickbait-driven stories. Colbert's team issued a statement that morning, framing the clash as a lively exchange and emphasizing his commitment to thought-provoking interviews. Washington, true to his stoic persona, stayed silent at first, but his team posted on Instagram. Denzel's focused on telling real stories. #KeepItTrue. The post went viral, with fans flooding the comments with support, calling him a voice for authenticity. Behind the scenes, CBS was in crisis mode, with insiders reporting tense meetings about how to handle the fallout. Some producers pushed to invite Washington back, citing his draw as a guest, while others feared a repeat would tank ratings. The incident tapped into a deeper cultural divide, the scrutiny faced by black stars who speak out on representation, especially one like Washington, whose career has championed complex black narratives. Cable news debates raged, with some pundits arguing Colbert's questions were fair, while others saw them as racially tinged jab at Washington's authenticity. The clash also reignited discussions about Hollywood's portrayal of black stories, with fans and activists rallying behind Washington's call for unfiltered narratives. Denzel spoke for everyone tired of sanitized stories, one ex-user tweeted, sparking thousands of retweets. Colbert faced scrutiny, with some praising his boldness, others accusing him of baiting Washington for clicks. His next broadcast was closely watched, with Colbert addressing the incident with a forced laugh. "Well, Denzel gave us a show, but I'm still hearing Mick on." The quip drew mixed reactions, with ex-users calling it damage control. The controversy became a mirror for broader tensions, between authenticity and media polish, between personal conviction and public perception. Community leaders hosted forums on race and media, using the clip to discuss how black voices are framed. The incident inspired fan art, with a viral mural in Los Angeles depicting Washington with the words, "Tell the truth." For Washington, the clash was a double-edged sword. It cemented his image as a principled titan but risked alienating a broader audience. For Colbert, it was a test of his hosting resilience. The public couldn't stop talking, with rumors of a backstage blow-up and unverified but Jewish keeping the story alive. Weeks after Denzel Washington's explosive walk-off from The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, the incident had become a cultural juggernaut, dominating conversations from X to film festivals. The viral clip was inescapable, racking up millions of views on YouTube and TikTok, with one video captioned "Denzel burns Colbert" gaining traction for its dramatic close-up of his mic drop. On X, hashtags like #DenzelStrong and #ColbertClash fueled heated debates, with fans posting gifs of Washington's exit captioned, "When you're done with the media circus," while critics argued he'd overreacted to fair questions. "Denzel's a legend, but that was a diva move," one user tweeted, sparking thousands of replies. The polarized response mirrored broader tensions, between a star's right to set boundaries and a host's drive for provocative content. The clash prompted a wave of introspection about late-night TV's role in the culture wars. Articles in Variety and the New York Times analyzed the incident as a symptom of a media landscape that thrives on confrontation, with one columnist writing, "Washington's walk-off wasn't just about Colbert, it was a rebellion against a system that demands stars perform for clicks." Some pointed to Washington's history of candid interviews, like his reflections on faith and justice, suggesting he's open to tough questions when asked respectfully. Others saw his reaction as a powerful rejection of sensationalism, echoing his critiques of Hollywood's sanitized narratives. The controversy sparked renewed support for his film, with fans flooding social media with clips of glory and fences, celebrating his commitment to authentic storytelling. Washington leaned into his mission, avoiding direct comment but hinting at the drama in a film festival Q&A. "I'm here for stories that hit the soul, not headlines that sell." His film's box office soared, with fans citing the clash as a reason to support him. "Denzel's fighting for real stories," one ex-post read, shared thousands of times. Colbert, meanwhile, faced a tougher road. His next episodes were scrutinized for signs of caution, with viewers noting a softer tone in his guest interviews. A source close to the show claimed producers were rethinking the edgy approach, wary of losing other high-profile guests. The ban rumor, fueled by sensational headlines like "Denzel Washington barred from Late Show," persisted, though no credible evidence emerged, echoing warnings about clickbait scams. The incident also ignited discussions about race and power, with some arguing Colbert's questions carried an implicit challenge to Washington's legitimacy as a black icon. He wasn't just questioning Denzel's views, he was questioning his right to have them, one ex-user posted, sparking a wave of support. Community organizations hosted panels on race and media, using the clip to discuss how black voices are framed. The clash inspired grassroots campaigns, with hashtags like #StandWithDenzel encouraging fans to share stories of defying scrutiny. In schools, teachers used the incident to spark discussions about authenticity and resilience, with one viral lesson plan quoting Washington's soundbites line. The incident's cultural afterlife included podcasts dissecting late-night dynamics and a viral SNL skit parodying a host scrambling after a guest's exit. For Washington, the clash solidified his image as a principled titan. For Colbert, it was a reminder that even the sharpest host can misjudge a guest's limits. The public wrestled with questions of truth versus spectacle in a media world that thrives on both. Months after Denzel Washington's seismic walk-off from The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, the incident remained a cultural milestone, etched into 2025's pop culture landscape as a symbol of conviction and authenticity. The clip had become a touchstone, referenced in everything from late-night monologues to TikTok trends, with Washington's "I'm out to keep your soundbites" line spawning t-shirts, memes, and a mural in Harlem. His film became a box office juggernaut, with Fa